Hey, it's me, your nosy neighbor lady. This is your nosy neighbor lady show. I hope this day is finding you well, and I hope you're doing well. And if you're sad or depressed or in a funk, I call it in a funk. Um, I do hope things get better for you, and I hope you have a better day than yesterday. Okay? Okay. I am wondering about you all because I know black women are kind of going through a lot right now and just so much information overload, shall I say, or headline hysteria, sometime they call it. But today, this video is actually about the young boy in Morgan County, Georgia. It was a young boy and a young girl on a bus. A white bus driver pushed the little boy, and the sister jumped up and said, "Stop pushing my brother." And for one, it did remind me of the fact that black women and black girls and black daughters are really responsible for the care of black males, whether they're a child, whether they're a teenager, whether they're an adult. And even with talking about racism and living in a post-racial society and constantly calling things racism that may not be racism. And the driver was terminated because the mother said that they were offering to retrain a driver to keep them. A lot of people don't want to talk about, of course, in Blackistan, that a lot of teachers are quitting, and a lot of times is due to black male children. Black male children are very hard to control. And often do things that are very violent, things that are a danger to other children, extreme outbursts in classrooms, coming from classrooms. I have seen it personally. And even being a former school bus driver, maybe because a lot of people's like the argument, oh, the high school kids sit in the back and the primary school kids sit in the front. If a bus driver is driving and you have a kid that's disruptive, I'm not saying he was disruptive, but due to black male history and prison a pipeline where black males really drop out of high school, maybe 6th to 8th grade, because not even their mother can control them, even with just seeing the black male who was 15 and destroyed his mother's house and broke the toilet bowl and granite counters and smashed windows out in his mother's house. This little boy may have been a distraction to the school bus driver. Therefore, he might have wanted to put him in the back to save all the other kids from having an accident. We know that with racism, that black people call everything racism, even when it's not. And I think that the sister standing up for him as she should have, but I felt like I would have rather her said, "Brother, sit down and listen," or "Brother, go sit down," because I don't know this child's history in school. I don't know his history as far as behavior, but I know what I have seen in classroom settings, and I know that in the Blackistan community, we fail to realize that we really have not taught our kids anything. We teach our daughters how to fit in, how to shut up, how to be quiet, how to go to school, but we teach our sons that whatever you do is okay. You're allowed to do anything you want. You're allowed to hurt anybody you want. You're allowed to be emotionally unkept and unstable. You're allowed to lash out. You're allowed to act in violence. And at any means necessary, the black mom is going to defend her black son. I actually just watched a Dateline where a black high school student killed his girlfriend, and the mom of the high school black boy who was convicted of killing this girl actually went to tell the family in a very aggressive way, "You should forgive him," and like chastise the mother of the dead girl, because of course, in Blackistan, black males can do no wrong, but also we have to realize Blackistan is not a community. We don't have anything behind us to support us because we never built anything, and we come from a community that never put money first, that never bought stores, that never bought houses, that never bought anything of value, and therefore we don't have any backbone to our community because black men made sure that we didn't have a community. And everything that was built in the black community, black men made sure to blow it up, tear it down, and rob it. So when you all think that people is going to keep listening to the racism rhetoric and the cries about racism, you're sadly mistaken, because the world is really tired of the chaos and disruption that is being caused by black members in society. Now, if you think it's lost on other people that we have violent and destructive behaviors, it's not. And the only thing that's going on now, they know black man is predator number 2. The only thing that's going to happen now is, black men is predator number 1. They're going to start making black women predator number 2. So the best thing for me to do as a parent of black sons, I try to tell them and instill in them to listen and do what the teacher says and follow the rules. But we know that black women who are often single parents and dads usually are not there, and if they are there, they're not teaching any kids any morals and values because they have no morals and values. So when we think about mom standing up for her children against so-called racism, the only thing that can happen is that nobody's still gonna care, because black men don't care. And there was not a black man in the household to teach this young boy to sit down and listen. And it's really sad and it's tragic that we are in a society, not a society, we're in a Blackistan community where people can treat us any kind of way and it's not nothing we can do about it because we don't have a community. We can cry, we can fuss, we can shout out loud, and we can try to make people accept us or make people like us, but some about black people don't understand that people don't have to do anything. People don't have to like people. People don't have to respect people. People don't have to do anything they don't want to do. And with all the black mayors and all the black governors and all the black senators and all the black House of Representatives, nobody ever took the time out to fix the Blackistan community. And black women can't fix it because we're still women at the end of the day. And societies are ran by men. So when we think about things that are racist, maybe they just don't want the violence that the black person before you brought. Maybe they don't want the rage, the anger, or the robbery that the black person before you. Y'all don't think about it as a whole. Y'all want to say it's racism, but y'all don't think about all the black people before you who made it hard for you. We don't think about all the black men before us who never cared about doing anything but sling dick and make babies that they don't want. And then we cry and call it racism. We don't think about all the black men who might have robbed this store owner. And yes, he has to watch the black people who come in his store. We're not thinking about all the black women who might have robbed your store. Yes, he has to watch you. It's not personal, it's business. But we know black people don't really know about businesses because we don't have businesses. For the first time ever, black women are building businesses. And for the first time ever, well, not first time ever, because we've built business before that's been shot up and stolen and robbed. And that's what's going on today with black women businesses being shot up and robbed by, we can act like we don't know who robbing it, which is great and fun for us to keep believing in a community that has nothing. And in the people who really are what? So this saddens me because nobody ever put measures in place to protect our children. But really, black men never put measures in place to protect our children. Never protected the women. Never, never, ever. My generation, the generation before me, and the generation before that. So the only thing you can do is really hope that another society will accept you. You'll never be fully accepted. But Blackistan is going to take down everything you got and steal everything you got and every piece of self-esteem you got, and whatever you work for, they're going to take it and destroy it. And yeah, it's sad to do videos like this, but it was like I just had to hit this because everything is not racially motivated, and that shit is about to be a dead cry in a minute, and ain't nobody gonna give two fucks. And black people, y'all can cry yourself to sleep every night on racism, because ain't nobody gonna give a fuck, because y'all don't have shit, y'all violent, and y'all some of the worst people to be around, but we can act like we not. So whatever.